Shaw looking to advance into the Larry Sharpe Memorial Cup.
Well, you can't say the word technical without looking at these two.
Papa Juice and Kid Kaos, controlled chaos.
And in most circumstances, Devlin, you would say it's every man for themselves, but this is a unique situation where two competitors will both advance. There's no reason for controlled chaos not to work together and try and run the table on this battle royal.
That's why everyone has to stick together, take out the established tag teams. Chico's here.
Franchico de la Torre.
Let's be clear, it's not just Franchico, it is Prince Franchico de la Torre coming to us from La Isla de Rico in Spain. Actual royalty who has come to spend time in the United States for the glory and to bring glory to his house and to his island.
A man I have tagged with on more than one occasion.
Stay unbiased.
I don't think I can.
Fast Track, Ezra Coleman.
You talk about tag teams, maybe not as established as Controlled Chaos, but Ezra Coleman of late has been teaming with Clockwork Dylan Shaw. Is that going to be a difference maker for both these two here in the Battle Royal?
Time over speed is velocity. You take Coleman, you take Shaw, put them together, you get Cole Shaw.
Not sure that's Newtonian physics, but we'll go with it.
It's quantum physics to be exact.
Yo, what's going on?
The Train Killer, Mikey Tons.
We saw Mikey Tons make his debut several weeks ago, and now this is the man's second match ever, but the experience gap may not be as big a factor as you would assume, because an athlete like Mikey Tons is quite literally built for a battle royal.
Yeah, in the grand old words of every wrestling commentator, how are you going to get an athlete like Mikey Tons over that top rope?
Well, the answer is to team up and work together, but there's a lot of egos in this match. They might not be able to get on the same page.
Speaking of teams that used to be a thing, here's one half of the former High Fashion,
Mark Raspa Jr.
He claims to be unkillable. We'll find out if he is able to prove that right tonight by entering the Larry Sharpe Memorial Cup.
He's got the face paint like he's about to jump out of an Apache helicopter in the 60s. Look at you, Mark Raspa. Gonna go to war.
What an opportunity here for all of these competitors.
OG Jack Jones.
And a debut here in the Monster Factory coming to us from the Catch Point Dojo. This is the OG Jack Jones.
OG Jack Jones, not interested in making friends, going right to his place on the ropes.
It looks like the field is set. Two of these wrestlers will join the already announced field, which includes Chris Desmond, Nick Batty, who both have byes in the first round. Of course, the notorious Mimi has qualified. Two more will qualify. And right now, it seems like Loverboy Brian Rosario trying to hypnotize his opponents with those gyrations.
You're looking at Brian Rosario. I'm looking at Controlled Chaos, who's jumping Mikey Tons, but Tons just absolutely throwing the two former tag champs off, and now Ezra Coleman and who you said was OG
Jack Jones, OG Jack Jones, and of course, right now, purely based on the size, your favorites have to be Mikey Tons and Jack Jones. But we all know anything can happen when there are these many combustible elements in one match and such high stakes on the line.
Reversing a lot of athletic competitors in there. Raspa and Dylan Shaw going at it. Raspa built like a statue at this point in time.
And so far, so far Dylan Shaw and Ezra Coleman have not been working together in the same way that Controlled Chaos have been. And Papa Juice, one half of Controlled Chaos, having no affection for the lover boy.
Well, saving his son, Kid Chaos, from almost certain elimination there.
Brian Rosario desperately holding on the outside. There are still no eliminations yet in this match, but Rosario in the most danger.
You see Ezra Coleman on the in the corner there, all about to get thrown out. Now, I've seen this man in matches before. I've seen his vertical on leapfrogs. This man has the potential to clear that top rope with just his legs. It's scary, impressive.
Vincenzo Verse and Francisco Della Torre have paired off. Mikey Tons now looking for a victim.
He just stone his way. Mikey Tons.
Tough shot there by Jack Jones to the head of Clockwork Dylan Shaw. And now the two big men, it almost looked like they were going to start teaming up. That would be an unstoppable unit in a battle royal.
Yeah, that would be a surefire way to win this. Potentially rivaled only by our tag team specialists in Controlled Chaos, but you see Dylan Shaw saving his tag team partner.
Finally coming to the aid of the other half of Cole Shaw. And now double team against the big man from South Philly, the OG, maybe about to be DOA. Low bridge, and you give me a lever and I will move
Jack
the world.
Jones has been eliminated.
Our first elimination there, Jack Jones is gone, and that leaves Mikey Tons as the biggest target, quite literally, in this match.
I'll say his chances just went down. A little bit of mustard gas, mustard grease would have been needed for that low bridge there on that elimination. But, oh man, Chico just got bulldozed by the Dream Killer.
Trucking through the Prince, does not care for royalty. Obviously, in terms of size, Tons is a favorite. In terms of their prominence here at the Monster Factory, their experience, you gotta give Controlled Chaos and Mark Raspa Jr. potentially the edge. What's the factor you think, Devlin, that's gonna make the difference in this match?
Common sense, for real. If these people realize who the big targets are, and I mark that as Controlled Chaos and Mikey Tons, target them first, get them out.
Well, Fast Track and
Yeah,
Clockwork Dylan Shaw right now doing a phenomenal job of taking Mikey Tons not off his feet, but out of the game for a moment. Raspa Jr. in danger on the outside.
You saw Brian Rosario getting pieced up by Cole Shaw there.
This is a situation where Ezra Coleman's speed, not necessarily as strong an asset as it is in a match where there are fewer people. There's not as much room for Coleman to maneuver.
Yeah, can't build up any momentum when you got no space, but look at Papa Juice and Kid Chaos on the right side.
They have been dominant this entire match, wrestling very, very smart, not losing sight of the fact that they are a tag team and that two people will win this match. There is no reason to at all basically let your more selfish nature prevail.
There's a function at the junction in the middle, but Vincenzo Verse on the verge of being eliminated there, but
the question, of course, is what happens if a tag team like Controlled Chaos both make it into the cup and then have to wrestle each other. Loverboy looking to save himself for all the ladies.
skins the cat. Chico doesn't look amused.
Duck. And the Loverboy, as he likes to say, looking for the W to get the V. It's kind of a Sesame Street sort of thing, don't you think?
At this point, the FCC might change our rating here. And now, Coleshaw squaring off. We see our first major interaction between these four. Controlled Chaos.
High knee to Francisco. And we see now, as you said, Coleshaw has split Controlled Chaos apart from each other, and they're seeing the most success that they've had by splitting the father and son duo up.
Rosario has been eliminated.
Loverboy is going to go home empty tonight.
And it's looking like Ezra Coleman might be meeting him there.
That is 2 eliminations here. 2 men will survive to move on to the Larry Sharpe Memorial Cup. Mikey Tons cuts a mean figure in the center of that ring. Very scary sight for all those competitors to see that man still standing.
Some jaw jack in the middle of the ring.
Things have gotten a little personal between Raspa and Verse. 2 very high octane athletes taking it to each other.
Dropkick takes Verse down, but Raspa looking to get some momentum. If he can get into this Larry Sharpe Cup, that could be his golden ticket to the top of this industry.
Have to imagine someone like Mark Raspa Jr. doesn't want an outsider coming in and taking a spot, but he might not have anything to say about it after that clothesline by Verse.
He's going to be eating through a feeding tube after that line. That looked devastating.
May have been the most impactful maneuver we have seen in this match so far, and Raspa fighting for his life. And look in the back, Mikey Tons with a praetorial look in his eyes, and Raspa turns it around.
Has been eliminated.
What a reversal by Raspa. I for sure thought he was done after that whiplash on the clothesline.
Vincenzo Verse is out. We now have 3 eliminations. The field is starting to take shape, and this is when the big man makes his presence known.
Yeah, you didn't make sure Mikey Tons was gone for the first 7 minutes of this match, and now you're going to pay for it. The big man is looking fresh as ever.
Has done a very good job of conserving his energy, not overexerting himself so far, and that means that Tons, in only his 2nd match in his career, could move on to the most prominent tournament in this company.
I haven't seen a more meteoric rise in the Monster Factory since Sebastian came around, and Chico takes another body slam.
And in the side, we see Coleman and Shaw having their way with Controlled Chaos, who are hugging the bottom rope for dear life like it's a life preserver.
The crowd chanting for Chico and Raspa to get back in this match.
Raspa taking the opportunity, very necessary to try and recover, took a lot of punishment, and now Chico may be about to go and unceremoniously
Chico has been eliminated.
Look, rather up, but look behind you, Mikey Tons.
Mark Raspa Jr. saw the opportunity and takes it.
Dropkick, Tons is on his feet still.
Tons hasn't left his feet.
Almost 3 and the big man is still up.
Low bridge, we've seen several eliminated before, but call him Mr. Miracle because Mark Raspa Jr. is an escape artist in this match.
Mikey Tons has been eliminated.
A hard-fought elimination.
Mark Raspa single-handedly yanking the big dude out of the ring, and now Controlled Chaos.
2 impressive exits courtesy of Mark Raspa Jr., but it's made him a target. Controlled Chaos has identified the threat, and his name is Mark Raspa Jr.
Half of our field is gone. We are down to our final 5. Raspa hanging off right in front of our commentary table here.
It has seemed like Raspa was only centimeters from being out multiple times, and now it's going to be 2 tag teams, and we're seeing here the proof is in the pudding that a tag team situation is an advantage in this battle royal.
It'd be a miracle if Raspa was able to pull back and win with one of these 4 men.
No one may fare better in this situation than Raspa if he is able to play the long game and let these 4 wear each other out. Though Raspa is in a lot of danger still on the outside, he takes an errant hit, he's eliminated.
Okay, Chaos. Oh,
Ezra Coleman is gone, and I was about to say
has been eliminated.
that we had a final
Shaw
4,
has been eliminated.
but very quickly it's down to a final 3, and this has quickly become a handicap situation for Mark Raspa Jr.
Raspa's chances just dropped to near 0, but he's not going to let that slide. He says, screw the statistics. I'm going to the Larry Sharpe Cup. Just watch me.
Controlled Chaos are almost impossible to beat when you are a full speed tag team. These are former champions here at the Monster Factory. Raspa's gonna have to do the best wrestling of his career in order to make it out. But to his credit, Raspa only has to eliminate one of these men to win. Remember, it's the final 2, and that is a lot easier than getting rid of both members of Controlled Chaos.
Well, Papa Juice not going to let Mark capitalize after he hit that Get the Smoke, and now Papa Juice might be getting a piece of that too.
But Raspa's done a great job of knocking one member of Controlled Chaos out before attacking the other. Stunner there, and Papa Juice has saved himself.
And now Raspa getting up in the perfect position.
This is the real danger. The 2-on-1, the power play, the high-low takes Raspa down.
The ultra special critical chaos move popularized by Control Chaos themselves.
And it was
Mark Weston
academic.
Jr. has been eliminated. Your winners in advancing to the 2025 Larry Sharpe Memorial Cup, Kid Chaos and Papa Juice.
You could say that this match was always a case of simple arithmetic, that these two together, the most established unit, the only true tag team in this match, had the advantage over everyone. Father and son both making their way to the Larry Sharpe Memorial Cup that will be coming to you here live at the Monster Factory Saturday, August 9th.
That is 1 week away from tomorrow, and our field is already taking shape. It is looking to be one of the most stacked Larry Sharpe Cups in recent years.
And we will have another entry determined over the course of tonight, joining Controlled Chaos, Nick Petit, Chris Desmond, and Notorious Meanie. We will find...
I need you to